Hi. Hi, guys and gals. It is. What is it? Is it Thursday? I don't know. I don't know what day it is. I can't ask my phone because I'm recording on it. So I'm going to sing a little song to you because I haven't got anyone to do my intro. So here it goes. Well, let me pretend this is a microphone. Welcome to Deb's Bling and Things. Let's see what this new day brings. I'm sure loving what I do, and I'm hoping that you love it too. Come on in. Come on in. I got stuff for you today. I'm going to tell you a little story, Morning Glory. And my dog's barking like it's on cue. I love it. It's so nice. And I can't jump up and pop it off because as soon as I sit down, she'll bark again. So I will apologize in advance. And anyone who really just doesn't want the sound of I look kind of tired today, kids. I'm sorry. One of those days, you gotta have them just to keep you grounded. I started doing a new craft. That's going to be going with me to the show with my cousin in May in Turlock, California. In Turlock, California, if any of you are anywhere close to Turlock, May 23rd, we're going to be doing a beautiful outdoor event with our babies and our crafts. So I'll get more information if anybody's close by and would like to come on in and see us or meet us. We're quite dynamic together. Her name's Karen. She's my baby cousin, even though she looks much, 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 much older than me. Poor kid. See, I know she's going to watch us and she's going to laugh, saying, "Shut up, I do not. You're the old one." But you see, I'm the only one who has a channel, so I can say what I want. Ha ha. Anyway, I've been doing this new thing. Let me show you it. So I got, I'm making all these things to go around the doll show. Actually, it's a craft show, but we're bringing our dolls out. So I've been doing all these other little things, like my little houses that I'm making with my little dolls that are going to be in them for people who can't afford dolls. They will to be able to get something and bring it home to feel like they're part of a community. But I'm also doing things that go with dolls. So I do dolls with hair and without hair. And I thought, how fun if I bling up. So I look so tired today. So if you get a facelift and you wear wigs, I'm wondering if there's a way you could just get it, pin it up, and just put your wig over the top of it. That could work, don't you think? Anyway, another idea. So anyway, I bought these little cute little baby brushes. They're little minis. And they're all, the wood is lightweight, and it's just a little cheap little brush, but how fun. But I've been decorating them, so look. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. So I have all these cute little baby brushes that I'm decorating, and I'll bring those out too. I was supposed to get the brushes that have the little combs to go with them, which I wanted to do, but they didn't send the comb, so all I have is the brushes. So I'm going to do the brushes that I have, and then I got a set of the bigger brushes for adults in case they would want a blingy one. So I thought I'd show you how I do one of these if you're interested in all. Oh, but you can't see my table. Well, hold on. Let me twist this a little bit. That's a little better. So I'll just do a quick one and let you see what the process is with that. I'll let you see how I get started with this. So I've been using my sticker book. It has such great stickers in it. I gotta tell you, they're really, really nice. Shut up. Thank you. So I've been using that. I've been using some of my regular papers, and I don't want them all to be the same. So I figure I grab up a different piece of paper, and then I can bling it out with different colors. I haven't done this color yet, so I will do this color. I'll use this color of paper, and so it has some print on it. So all I'm doing is going around the shape pretty much with my X-Acto knife. I'm also going to do another thing. I'll ask you guys if that would be something that you would want to see. I want to do a scrapbook. I've never done a scrapbook. I never understood why people would want to do a scrapbook. But I watched all these scrapbooks, so now I too want to do one. Seems only right that I get in the groove before the groove passes me by. So I'm going to be, I don't know if any of you ever watched the scrapbook YouTubes with the good sound effects. I watch that every night. So I get some ideas. So I just cut that out. Make sure it's going to fit pretty close to perfect, and it is. I use two kinds of glue. So I'm going to use this one. I'll use Elmer's Clear. Just going to put it on the back. So you can see what I'm doing. Just spreading it on the back here. I'm really having quite a bit of fun with all this inventing and stuff that I'm starting to do. Keeps me occupied from my daily drudge. I'm gonna let that just sit there for a while. So now I'm gonna start looking at things that I have. I'm gonna look at my translucent stickers first because they are my favorite. This has some writing on it. It has a teal base. Ooh, I can use this broom on it. So I'll use that broom. Which one do I like better? I was checking to see which one I like better, but they're both the same, so you could only imagine how long I could see, how long that would take for me to pick one I like the best. When they're both the same, it makes you wonder about the old girl. So we'll use this. And let's see, look at my new sticker book and see what else I could have to go with it. I've gotten quite a bit of tips from those shows I watch. They're a lot of fun. I enjoy them a great deal. So this book is in sections. I don't know what the sections are yet or how to find them. But back to what I was saying before, I wanted to start scrapbooking on a book that I will keep myself and pass on to my kids, whoever might want one. I don't know if they would or not. I don't know. So, and then I thought I would come on and do like a whole page of scrapbooking and see if any of you might want to do it with me. I don't know. What do you think? So you could find all kinds of websites that you could buy a beginning scrapping book with. And if you were interested, we could have like a crafting day that you guys come on. I could go even live with it. And we could interact and work on scrapbooking together. Does that appeal to anybody? Would anyone like to do that with me, like on a Saturday morning or whatever? Another really cool thing with this is this book has lots of wreaths, so I can actually get pieces of them and cut them and put them around. It's pretty. So I'm just gonna cruise just for a second longer. I think I'm zooming into an idea that I want already. Since this has words, I'll probably get some other words out here. Talked to my cousin today. Told her what I was doing. She thinks I'm going a little overboard, to say the least. Oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll use that. And she tells me today that we have to be very careful that we only bring things to go with dolls, because she had to give an exact description of what we were going to be selling at the show. So I imagine my really blingy pens and things like that, even though they're not dolls, even though I could tie them into the dolls, I'll keep them portable, so if anyone says anything, I could just put them under the table. Okay, that I think I'm going to use this one that I found. I like this color, and it's just a little bit off. So I'm going to use this and split it in half, put a piece up at the top and a piece on the bottom, I think. And the one nice thing about these stickers, even though they're not transparent, I should say, not translucent, the nice thing about it is they're not covered, they're not surrounded in white to make it look like it really just doesn't match at all. So I'm going to get this and put this at the top, like this. Then I'll get this and put this on the bottom, like this. And then I will simply go around it. So I got that little shape and tore it. They do a lot of tearing to make it look more rustic, I guess. I don't know, but it works. So I'm gonna let that set up for a minute and then I'll trim the edges. Now I'm gonna kind of get and I think I'll put this broom right in the middle. And then I'll start blinging it. This is gonna go really nice. So these little brushes that I'm doing, I should probably put on my glasses. I could see better. No, let's make it a surprise. Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about doing like a scrapping day or a day, a play day. If I do it like this. So now I'm going to look for a pop of a red or a pink of flower. And put those in the opposite corner so I have a pop of color. Pop of color, I need a pop of color, la la la. That's not a song and it's not a jingle. But I know songs, I know a lot of songs. And you can't sing any of the ones you know because you could go to, you know, infringement rights stuff. I'm going to look for a wreath and cut it. So I will be inventing songs as we go through this process. I could do a song about baby brushes. Gotta love a baby brush. Not too hard to hold and touch. Brush that hair, and that doesn't go. No, let's scratch that one. I don't like it. I don't like it. So we'll just carry on and talk about absolutely nothing. I'm going to be doing some cooking here soon, and I think probably how I'll do it is I will have a completed. You know, I'm going to give myself a neck ache. I'm going to pick this up just a little bit like this. That's a little better. Hi. Okay. So I'm going to be doing cooking. And I think what I'll do is I'll have a completed dish sitting next to me, and then I will have all the ingredients, put it together, and then show you what it looks like cooked. Because back when I started doing Facebook Lives, I originally started doing my cooking, and I had got a lot of people to like it, but I couldn't keep up the momentum, and life happened, and was not able to continue it. But I did have a lot of people say, we'd love you to do that again. So I'm going to incorporate that. Oh, that's a cute little something. Here we go, let's try it. So I found this little cutie. The little flowers. Let's see if I could put that underneath like this. Probably not. Okay, we'll just keep this on the top. Like this. Okay. Thank you, Luna. I know. You're such a good dog. Let's put that on the top. Maybe pink. Pink this. This has a little white around it, so I'm gonna, some of them have a little white around it. Most of them, in these books, they're not white. They're not a stark white, which I appreciate. They're kind of a pastel color of the paper that the sticker is actually sitting on. Oh, now my cat's yelling too. What's the matter? I have one of those households that is, I'm totally responsible for all of it. And they're all spoiled. So there's that. What kind of house do you live in? Are you a grandma with kids? Are you single? Are you married? What are you? What do you do? How does your life work for you? Okay. I started watching The Closer. My friend Melody, the one who does the journals, her and her husband told me I'd really like that. With Kara Cedric, well, Mr. Kevin Bacon's woman. It's a cute show. She sure is a fun little actress to watch. I never really watched a lot of her shows before, but this is a nice little cop movie. It's on Netflix, if any of you are interested. I started watching Being Human, if any of you have ever seen that. I like that a lot. It's on Prime, I believe. And I just saw, when I was telling my daughter to watch it, I just saw that there's another Being Human, and it must have been a remake because the original one that I'm watching, it's old, but it's really good. And so I'm going to watch all of this again, and then I will watch the new episodes, the new series, and see how it rates. All right, I'm going to go around this really quickly and trim it up, and then I'll start blinging it. So all this crafting stuff is really very new to me. I never ever in my life have had time to do any kind of a hobby. And now I have all the time in the world to do the hobby and not enough money to do it with. And that is just the bitter truth. But I find that there are a lot of hobbies that really don't require a big investment. Like I was saying, let's say you wanted to try the scrapbooking with me. You say, yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's do it. You know, we'll have a little network that we could call our own little fun channel, and do different hobbies and things and have interactions with other people, especially if I go live. I like going live so I can have other people than myself to talk to, because I talk to myself all the time anyway. But it would be really nice to have immediate responses to what I'm doing, just to see if people are enjoying it or not. And then if they're not enjoying it, I could act like I didn't see it. See, that's how you do it. Just act like you didn't see it. The slanderous remarks they make, saying you really aren't losing weight at all. You could act like I didn't see them say that. Come on. There you go. There you go. Okay, and that's done. So I got this. I'm gonna bling it now with some colors coming around. What's that? That doesn't. Oh, I guess it does. Okay. So I guess get some colors. It goes here. And I got all these cute little bows and, not bows, beads, and they're all on the half, beads on the half shell. So I'm going to go ahead. So I'll let you see what this pattern looks like. So what I'll do is I'll put a row of bling on the bottom of the broom. I'll decorate the flowers and sprinkle them with some individual beads right in the middle and try to form some kind of a pattern with it. So first we're going to look at, this is where I use the tacky glue, and I apply it with a toothpick so I could be a little bit more aim. I got some new glue sticks coming that'll be a little easier to work with, I believe. Get this. And then I got some mail today for you. I'll open that as well and show you. I believe it's the beads I got from Mama Bear Boutique. And I think I got the other book that was sent to me when I ordered the stamp book, and they sent me the other book for free. I think that came in the mail, so we'll open it up. There's a little piece there. I don't want that getting in the way of my glue. All right, let's see. So first of all, I'm going to put a nice fat piece of glitz in the middle of that flower. Oh, I got a nice pretty blue one. Let's put that in the middle. And what do we have here? Oh, I got some little ones here. I'll go ahead and dot some of these. Okay. So when I do this, I try to get a nice array of different kinds of colors, but I don't necessarily need it all monotone because I do want it to pop a little bit. So I'm going to look for some dark blues and maybe a couple of pinks to put out. And one more crystal. I'll put you right. Oh, I think I want a bigger one. No, that's all right. Now, I'll get a couple of clears, and I think I'll run them right down the broom handle. So this next week, I'm gonna go back through my babies again and figure out who I'm bringing to California. I'm not gonna bring all my dolls, of course. I have too many of them to transport. So I'll see who I'm bringing. I'll do a show of me getting them dressed up. I think I'll put that on the doll station on the Reborns of Harmony Hollow side. I don't really know how this works since I have the two stations, but it seems like it populates on both sides when I send it. So I'm not sure how that exactly works. I'll figure it out. It's not like I have a million people watching me. I just wanted to put this second station up because this is where I'm going to do more just talking and crafting and things rather than pertaining just to the dolls that I'm reborning. I watch all the other creators, content creators, I guess they're called. I don't know. I don't really see me as a content creator, but I guess if you're talking, you're creating some kind of content for somebody somewhere that's listening. And I appreciate that a lot. This is going to be pretty. Okay, I think I'll go down all the way with the crystals on the one side. That'll be very pretty. I hear my grandson. He's going to come and see what the dogs are barking at. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hear him. Hi, Lovey. What are you doing? Probably getting something out of my refrigerator. He's a thief. Or a thief, as he calls it. He's a thief. It's one of those things that you should be telling him how to say it right, but and he's not going to sound like a baby anymore. I don't know if any of you go through that same thing. It just sounds so damn cute, you just don't want to change it. You just don't want to. You want to hold on to that a little longer, but then you think about him going to kindergarten. All the kids that are going to laugh because he's talking like a baby. I don't want to do that to him either. So I don't know how long he'll be a thief. I just don't know. I got a really good recipe for eggplant. They're still really expensive up here. It's not quite good enough to get summer hauls yet. But I've been... Uh-oh, someone's coming in my room. Who could it be?
We're looking up there.
Hi, it's my baby. Come say hello.
Hello.
Right here. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, there he is. What do you want, sweetheart?
Your phone?
My phone? Oh, you can't have my phone because I'm recording. But you can have it as soon as I'm done. Okay? Is that good for you? Yes, Grandma. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I love you so much. I can't stand it. Yeah? Okay. At least he said yeah. I could have said no. I'm almost done with this one. Ro, come here. Got to get some more of these little blingy things. They're fun to work with, but boy, they're small. I have an eye appointment coming up, which will make this process so much better. Uh-oh, stop. There we go. You see them? There they are. Do that, and then I'll put a couple on that side, and then I am done. So what I do is I let that set for just a little bit. And then I go over it with like a Mod Podge with a matte finish. And it's done. So on this side, I'm gonna put some color. I'm gonna put some color like no other. Here we go. Look at these. These are pretty. A little whatever they are. I'll put those down here. Just on the side like that. It's pretty. So anyway, I saw this good recipe for eggplant, which I love. And it'll be virtually everything I will try to do will be of good nutritional value, low calorie, low fat, not necessarily low fat because I'm not going crazy with this. So you know I'm on that shot. I take the Mounjaro or the Zepbound or whatever the real name for it is. That's what I take. And I was prescribed the wrong dosage when I first started, and it wasn't working, so I virtually wasted the first 3 months of this, 6 months of this diet because I was taking such a small amount. So when I used up all of those vials of medication, I went to DirectMD and got it that way. And you have a phone interview with the doctor, and he goes over your history. Yes, I'm recording. Grandma's recording. She's still recording. Where's Grandma? Grandma's hiding. Grandma's recording. Hi, you got a hat on now. You look really cute with that hat on.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. I know. I just said that. So this pretty much is done, actually. You make sure this is all stuck really good. Oh, no, I'm lying. I got to do the bottom. Anyway, so back to this. The things I'm going to be cooking are probably going to have a good blend of high protein, a lot of vegetables, lean meats, pastas, of course, because I have to, because I'm Italian, and various things like that. I'll do desserts. I was doing a couple of the shows before of the brownies and things that I was making with the garbanzo beans, which actually they were really delicious, and you wouldn't think it. I'd be happy to do those too for anybody who might be interested. So I'm just trying to get a good idea of what I'm doing. Right now I'm going to be getting ready for my doll show. So everything that I'll be doing on the station for a bit are going to be things that I'm making for the show. And just take you kind of on the little journey with me. And I will be broadcasting from the show as well when I'm down there. If I'm allowed to. I don't know what their rules are, if they have a problem with people recording live events or not. I just don't know. I will find out. So it would be nice if I could do that a little bit, especially with my cousin, because she's a little shyer than I am. Well, she's really not, but she makes pretend she is, so people don't expect her to talk. I think that's all part of her master plan. She's done it her whole life. She only talks in the privacy of her own home. No, I'm lying. She talks out in public too. It's just hard to talk when you're with me because I tend to monopolize conversations. I don't like silence, which is why I talk to myself, because, if no one's living with you, you have to talk to yourself, or your dolls or your cats or your dogs or whatever will sit quietly and listen to you ramble on about nothing. And now look, I got this venue. I could just virtually just sit here and tell stories and talk to myself about absolutely nothing. But anyone who listens can join in on the fun. There's been a lot of posts lately. I have this one group that I'm involved in. They're called the Baby Boomers because I am one. As I'm sure probably a lot of people on my, that's why it's not sitting. Deborah Jean, it was upside down. Deb, poor Deb, she can't see. Okay, that's better. So I am a baby boomer. I'm old. I'm a very old woman, but I'm very cool, so that helps. That's what I tell people. And naturally, they don't argue with me because I just act then like I can't hear them. It works out for me that way. You guys could try it if you need to. But they've been doing a lot of this, when I was young. What do you remember? What do you remember? What do you remember? I remember so much stuff that nobody even knows about anymore. So when I was a kid, my grandparents on my mother's side owned an apricot orchard in the East Foothills of San Jose, California. It was such an amazing time. Being born 100% Italian, or for those who are purists, half Italian and half Sicilian, whatever you want. I consider myself a purebred, but I might not be, depending on who's listening to the conversation, and that's fine. They could say what they want. But I had Italian on both sides, and my dog's barking again. Oh my God, thank you so much for nothing. She's such a good dog. Anyway, we used to go up to my grandmother's. We spent so much time with my grandmother and grandfathers. We were there all summer. When the cots came in, we would play all day. We would eat all night. And the cousins were like a joint effort. We were raised together. And this is something that's so foreign to so many new generations. You know, people they move, you have to leave the area because you can't afford where you're living, so you go somewhere else. But no matter how my life turned out, I have to say, I had the best frickin' childhood on the planet. The relationship I had with my cousins when growing up, talk about extended family, we were in each other's lives all the time. If one was in trouble, well, if any of them were in trouble, they came to me because I was the oldest on that side. I was not the oldest on my father's side, but on my mom's side, I was the oldest. But it was such an incredible way to grow up. The aunts and the uncles and the cousins all getting together, and my grandmother being the matriarch of the family. And no matter who was coming in or who was going out, there was always dinner. There was always an abundance of food. And it was always fresh, and it was always hand-grown. And we fed everybody. I think I got a lot of that from my grandmother. My father, he would feed the universe if he could. Of course, you'd have to watch what you eat because he ended up doing a little hoarder thing later on in his years, and he'd be afraid to eat when he was cooking because when my brother and I ended up going through his house after he passed and we were cleaning up his garage, oh my God, oh my God. He had cases of beans that were exploding. The canned kiwi. We don't know why, but they were good sales. And if it was a good deal, my dad had it, and it was in the garage. I remembered him saying to me one time, Deborah, I think I'm going to go donate all this food to the priests. And these were the same cans that were exploding. I thought, Dad, please don't, because I really don't want to read about you wiping out an entire Catholic church on one of their brunches because they opened your, canned kiwi that was 100 years old. I don't want to see it. But it was just amazing. He did that because he always brought food to anybody's house that he went to, whether you wanted it or not. He'd bring you bags of food, were always in his car. And you don't see that anymore so much with people doing that for other people. He always did. So much so that when my daughter was very, very little, and every time she would see somebody with groceries in their car, she thought it was her grandfather driving down the street. Because she never saw his car without food in it. She just figured that's how he was the only one who did it, and that was the end of that. It was very funny. Anyway, but the whole point of this conversation was just saying what an incredible childhood I had. And to this day, I still try to maintain as close of a relationship as I can with my cousins because they're so far away from me now. I'm the only one who left. and I miss them terribly. And I'm so far away, it's almost like I have to take time, like a vacation, to drive down there because I can't just pop on a plane every time I want to go somewhere and go visit cousins. I miss them. It was a great time. Everything was around food. Everything was, and you know, you talk about different perspectives. Here's a little note. My grandparents, three of them were immigrants. They knew the language, they passed the test, they did all the things they were supposed to do to become legal. They would not speak Italian outside of their home, not in a bus, nowhere. They didn't want to offend anybody, and they did not want to be misjudged. They just didn't. It was also a point of time that I remember my grandfather would have to go in at night because he couldn't be allowed out after a curfew, I think is the correct word for it, because being Italian and the war stigma, that carried on for a while after they were here. So I found that. I didn't even know that or remember. I remembered it, but I didn't know why. I just figured he went in because he was tired. I did not know that there was a mandate on him going in at certain. I don't know. I could be wrong on a lot of it, but that's what I'm remembering. And I remember asking my aunts, my mom, about it, and they said, yeah, he had to go in because that was a stipulation for however long that lasted. I don't know. And it didn't matter because he was a farmer, so he was in bed, or a rancher, or whatever you call people with orchards. He was in bed early anyway because he got up as soon as the sun came up. He was up even before. He had the coolest place. It was 40 acres. But it was, it's pretty. Here, what do you think? He had a wine vineyard. He made his own wine. He had a grape vineyard. He had figadinis, which are the big prickly pear cactus. Because we used to eat those fruits. The red ones are so good. He had every fruit tree you could think of. My grandmother had a whole garden right next to the side of her house. We'd go pick things that we were going to eat. They canned all summer. When they weren't cutting cuts, they were canning jams and jellies. And the whole east side of the foothills was nothing but orchard back in those days. I remember walking home from school and looking backwards because we were pretty close to the foothills, and looking up Clayton Road, it was called, and knowing by what was blooming whose orchard it was. I think they were all Italian, I believe. No, Italian and Portuguese. Those were the ones going up the hill. And they were all friends. They all knew each other, and they would all help each other. It was a very different thing. And what I was going to tell you when I said that three of my four were immigrants. My grandmother was born in the States. All my other three were born in Italy. But they used to house migrant farm workers. They would come up every summer. They'd spend a whole month with us, and my grandmother had it wasn't a lean-to. It was like a garage, but it just stands. What is it called? I don't know, not an awning, but it was a structure. Anyway, they set up a whole camp in there, and it was right next to our house. And they'd go and they'd cook homemade tortillas. I used to go sneak in and go see them every single day when I was up there. And we always they were like family to us, the Pachecos. They were wonderful people. They put all their kids through college. I don't know if they were legal or not. I don't care. It didn't matter. They were the kindest, most hardworking people, and they stayed with us for a month. They'd stay with us until after the 4th of July, and then they'd go home, I guess, or wherever they went to next. But they were there with us every year. And all the kids would come with them too. And so the kids would go cut cots with us or go up in the orchard with the guys and pick. And they were just our ranch hands, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea how they were paid, but I know they were there every summer. And the point to this is there was a semblance back then that worked for that time and that period of time. My grandparents would have never, ever thought of disrespecting them or treating them badly or treating them as less than equals, because they were part of our family when they came up. She didn't have room in her house to put them, or I'm sure they would have been inside, but they had the whole section, and it was in the middle of summer in California. The weather is perfect, and they had a bathroom, they had electric, they had everything they needed out there, and they loved it. They were happy. They were wonderful, kind, sweet people. And I don't even know if they spoke English, but back then you spent time with people and you communicated anyway. The lack of communication in today's society drives me crazy. Even people who speak the same language don't seem to know what the other one's saying. I don't get it. Makes me nuts. Things have changed. Things have changed, that is for sure. Cousins getting together and telling stories. I used to make my cousins perform. We'd have talent hours. I was in charge of it, and they had to do what I said because I was the oldest. They also had to watch Shirley Temple movies with me. They all hated Shirley Temple. I loved it, and I was the oldest, so we watched Shirley Temple movies. Yes, we did. This is done, guys. I think it turned out really, really pretty. I'm going to let all the things set with it, and then I'm going to cover it with Mod Podge and get it sealed. And I'll show you what I got. Let's open these two little gifts I got and see what I have here. I got two. Let's open this one first. So, it was very cool. I remember 4th of July's up at the ranch. We get in the Jeep and we go up to the top of the hills and look out all over the valley and watch all the fireworks going. Oh, it is the book. So this is the book that I got for free when I ordered my stamp book. I don't know why. And it is called The Master of Me. Are any of you familiar with it? Or this person? Keke Palmer? Keke or Kaka? I don't know. I think it's Keke. KK. I don't know. Could be KK. But The Master of Me, and I don't know what it's about, from the award-winning multi-bifinate. Don't know what that word is. Global entertainer, Keke Palmer comes an inspiring true story of her journey to understanding and her genuine value. I'm guessing it's a little keep self-help book, and I'm always for that because God knows I need to help myself as much as possible. Singer-songwriter of the millennial generation. Oh, she's a little girl from Makia and the Bee. That's who she is. I'll show you to her again. All right, now I know who she is. She grew up. There you go. So I got that when I got this for free. So that's nice. And then this will be the beads that I got from Mama Bear's Boutique. Let's see what I have. So I'll do a couple more of those little brushes. Take those down with me. I think they're cute. And the nice thing about them is it's not designated, ouch, ow. It's not designated to babies. It could be used for the babies because they're small, but they're also fine for anybody who has a small purse and doesn't want to carry a big brush with them everywhere they go. So I want to interject little stories of the ranch and my aunts and my uncles and my cousins within taste. I won't say anything that is slanderous because I love them. But I will tell little stories when we were kids. Foods that we ate. Food, and how I used people to get food that I wanted because they were all skinny and I wasn't. Stories there. Here's my opening. Ooh. These are all my beads. Oh, what's this? Oh. Thank you for supporting my small business. Mama Bear Boutique. So I'll just go through and show you the beads I got and the colors. We'll do it in pieces so it don't all just roll together. So the first ones I got. These aren't going to stay in here, I don't think. Let's see. I got some beautiful white ones. Sometimes they open really easily, and sometimes they don't. See, like this one. We'll just do it like this. They're gonna go in my bead jars anyway. Here are the white ones. I have 15 of every color that I got. I'm gonna put them, I'll put them in a house. There we go. Here are my white ones. Because then I will sort them all. I got green ones. They're all different too, which is nice. Here's my greens. And with the white, there you go. And they're all different sizes. They go from about, I'm thinking about 14 to about 18 in size. Here are my blacks and grays. Tell you, if you ever want to start a hobby, she has great sales. I got all these beads, and these are really nice quality beads. So these are the beads I buy to do my charms with. For my phone charms and my keychains, because they're very nice beads. The ones I get from I hit the floor. The ones I get from oh, these are pretty. My yellow ones are pretty. The ones I get from Temu are a less quality bead, but they're fine to like decorate my houses with or do things like that. Or to do the less expensive keychains that I'm doing, like for giveaways, things like that. But for my things that I'm selling, I want good beads. And she has some beautiful, beautiful beads. So I got all these beads, I'm telling you. That one opened nice. Let's see if this part opens nice. Go on my pens. Oh, these are beautiful. Look at my reds. These go on my pens. These go on my charms. and anything else I happen to come up with. This is a pretty set. These are bronzes and browns. These are pretty too. I really love her beads. You could just tell the quality of them is so much better. They're heavier. They sound better. They're just a different gauge of quality. And she's right here in Oregon too, which is nice. So when she ships something to me, I get it like in 2 days, which is great. My pinks. My purples. So anyone who buys beads these, that's quite a nice little haul of beads. My purples. Oh God. Oh, I just made it. It's to the brim. And my blue and teals are the last. But there's also another bag of things she got. They're not beads though. These are my blues and teals. In here, this comes with this set also. And in here, and I'll open this out so you can actually see it. I could do it on this. That'd be perfect. See if it'll go on this black. Might be hard to see. We'll try it and see. Anyway, in this bag, there's a lot of charms. There are spacers. There are toppers. Can you see? Oh, you can. Okay, good. Let's see what I have in here. So I have a set of these little tiny beads. Has some string, and it has a little hook, so I could make charms out of these. I got these little 3-dimensional silicone babies. So here's a little bear. I'm lying. Oh, it's a little lamb. It's a little brown lamb with a little beige face. He's cute. It's a koala. Little hippo. Wallen. I don't know what Wallen is. Maybe it's something special. It's going Tibia. Okay. I don't know what that means, but that has a cast and some crutches. So I don't know how okay that is. I got a little clock. So these will go in the middle. And they spin better. Little donut. Little monkey. Couple more of these charms. I got some spacer flowers. I got some fuzzy ones. Butterflies. I just got a whole bunch of other little random things. All these silver spacers, and they all have charm around it. So you can put those in between beads. Anyway, that's a little set I got. Oh, I got a little purple crown. Oh, my nails get too long. There you go. So that was the last bag of stuff I got from her. It's a great haul. And this is just full of little random beads, just an additional kick and stuff to go with it, which I'm appreciative of, naturally, because, you know, I don't have enough. But they're all going in my will. I got more pens, but these have a different design. I actually picked these pens. I'll show you my blingy ones. Got these 2 colors. And these two colors. And I got some beautiful beads to go with these. These two colors. And then I got the plain ones. If I'm not mistaken, let me get here. These are metallic. I got a black and a green. I got a teal with a charm. I got a blue and a floral and a purple. And I got some refills. I bought a lot of refills. Anybody who buys a pen, I want to give them a refill. Oh, and I got 2 extenders so I can make some really long ones. Those would be $20 pens. So I got a couple of those. I'll put those there. And then I got some additional charms, flat back charms that I could use for decorating. These 2. So that's one of her packages. Quite good. Well, that's what I got for today, kids. Kids and kids and kids. I put all this stuff right back in here like this. Right back in here like this, so I can put it all where it goes tonight. I made a big pot of split pea and ham soup, which is usually a winter dish, but it rained this week, so I made soup. You can teach how to make soup too if you want to. I don't know how many people even make soup anymore. It seems to be, so now, because I'm officially really old, and that just kind of creeps up out of nowhere, smacks you in the head. But now that I'm officially old, and I find everybody that I talk to is younger than me, and for you young ones, wait till that hits you. You'll say, oh God, I remember hearing this old lady talking on YouTube once, saying that you don't really realize that you're old until no one knows anything that you're talking about, you know, like TV shows or music or styles or anything. And they're talking about when they went to school and you realize that they're the age of your grandchildren, which is just trippy in itself, just so you know. It's all coming to every one of you. So be prepared to have some fun along the way. Speaking of fun, I had someone come to my house today and give me a breakdown of what it would cost to fix my roof. Needless to say, I'm not going to ever be able to leave this house because the workmanship on this house was so badly done that it caused a great deal of indestructible damage from the roof. Oh, look! He got left out of the mix. It's a little purple giraffe. I'm sorry. He'll go here. I'll put him with all his friends later. And I also got, like I told you, I got a bunch of refills. Because the last one that the last video that I did, and I was showing you my pens and all the bags that came with them, it'll be perfect because when someone buys a bag, I'll just give them a refill to go with it. It's terrible to have a pen and then not know where to get refills from, so anyone who's interested, I'll tell them where to get them. So I got a nice little container full of pen refills. And you can get those pen refills in any color that you want to. So virtually, I can go ahead and, I wonder, will you fit in here? Let's see. If I keep doing this pen thing, if it stays and I can make money at it, and I keep doing it, oh, that fits. It's in here for now. They have all the inks of all the different color pens, so if I decide to keep doing the pens, I could always give them a different color refill when they buy a pen. If it's a pink pen or a blue pen or a green pen, that'd be kind of fun. But that is what we got so far. So you saw me do this. This is my new little thing. They'll be done. I got only 3 of them left. And I'll be done with those. Those are the only ones I'm going to bring. 10 should be enough. And then I'll do 10 of the bigger brushes for grown-ups or people who want a bigger brush. They'll be going. My houses are almost all done. I just finished this one today. So now I'm going to get some shredding, like little felt shreddings, and put them in the bottom of the house, because then all the babies that go in the houses will have a little bed to sit on. Really cute. That's it. I think I've covered everything. We talked a little bit about San Jose, California, my wonderful childhood, my wonderful cousins, my wonderful aunts, my wonderful uncles. I still have a lot of them with me, but boy, they're trying to leave the planet, which means our generation's next in line. What are you gonna do? Can't dance? Yes, you can. You could always dance. You could always dance, and you could always sing. You just have to go slower sometimes. That's all. And you can't sing the songs that you know in public, because you could have copyright infringements. So don't sing songs you know. Sing songs you make up. Then they'll think you're senile, and that's all right. Who cares? So I'll leave you with a little song. Was so nice to visit with you today. Today, I hope I made some hours fly away. Come back and see me again if you can, and press and like and share, and hit the little bell that rings, and then I'll know you care. I got a rhyme. That's all I got, kids. From me to you, from you to me. Bling on. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.